Right. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Phrankleen. It's got with me here, Victoria.
Hey.
So, there's a breaking news about, Funke Akindele. Funke Akindele, for those of you that might be listening and don't have a clue who she is, she's basically a popularly known Nollywood actress in Nigeria, and she's into film production. She owns a thriving production business. She's an ambassador for prominent organization in the country and stuff like that. So the long and short was a couple of days ago, she held a birthday party for her husband who turned 42. And she did that with a blatant disregard for the ongoing directives, from the Lagos state government with regards to COVID-19, which they are clearly trying to contain and make sure that people stay indoors, social distancing and all that. So the long and short is part of the directives is for people to avoid crowded places and stuff like that. So pretty much isolate yourself, stay indoors, and hopefully they can flatten the curve, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, they streamed the house party, which basically was what? Was shocking to...
It was just stupid.
Thank you.
It's just stupid behavior.
It was shocking to quite a lot of people. I saw it myself and we were like, whoa, really? And then I think what really exacerbated the situation was the fact that Funke Akindele's husband recklessly then picked up his mobile device. He was streaming himself in the Amen estate. There isn't an ounce of regret or remorse, and then the guy was talking about, I can see people are ranting online. So basically, this dude has a blatant disregard for a global pandemic.
Honestly.
And he regards himself as being above the law. And he then did, I think part of the filming, he was walking down the estate, talking about who and who lives on the block. Naira Marley's car is parked here. So any authorities, even from the government, the governor's office and people high up within the state, within the country, would see that demeanor, would see that type of attitude and realize that, hang on. And the reason I'm saying this, you tell me what you think. We talk about bad governance in Nigeria. We talk about how the government, how they fail us, how they have failed us for donkey years. But then, isn't this a classic example of how the average citizens are in fact unruly themselves?
Exactly. We talk about we want change, we want this to happen, we want Nigeria to be better. I mean, little things matter for the bigger picture. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if we are flouting rules like this, how do we expect Nigeria to be better on things of a bigger magnitude as to we want stable electricity, we want security? Little things like this shows that we are not ready for the change.
It's not even little. There was a directive from the state government asking people to stay stay indoors.
Yeah, when I say little, I mean things that the direction is very simple, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Stay indoors for your own safety. Be safe so we don't spread the virus from one household to another household.
To flatten the curve.
But people are not listening. I mean, you see all these churches opening up.
Yeah.
People still attending church environments.
Religious nuts.
I don't understand.
There's been. I think we've both seen videos of people who basically have. They've had like officials across, particularly Lagos State, physically attending buildings, and this is the thing that pisses me off. So they went in there. I think that initially there was a directive that not more than 50 should gather, but then they realized the severity of the COVID-19, and then I think the state government said not more than 25 people. And for all the video clips that I've seen, there's been more than 25 people gathered in those churches, inclusive of children. There was one that I saw, and there's about 40 or 50 people gathered, and some of these pastors believe they're above the law and stuff. This is exactly what's wrong with the society. Anyway, back to Funke Akindele and her husband. So the courts basically have sentenced them to 14 days community service, to pay 100,000 naira each in fine. And the Chief Magistrate Court 1 Ogba has sentenced actress Funke Akindele and her husband Abdulrasheed Bello, aka JJC Skillz, for defying the social distancing order of the Lagos state government. The court, in its ruling, ordered the couple to pay a fine of 100,000 naira each, and also sentenced them to 14 days community service, 3 hours per day, excluding Saturday and Sunday. The couple must also visit 10 important public places within Lagos State to educate the public on the consequences of non-compliance with the restriction order, and must submit the names and phone numbers of every person who attended their house party. Furthermore, the court ordered that they shall be placed on isolation by the state government to determine their COVID-19 status. Failure to abide by the above directives shall attract more severe punishments. What
Just
do you
imagine
think?
if they are tested positive.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That will be a final nail in the coffin for them, man. Yeah, that's, but I think, I agree 100% that it's bloody clever. It's a bloody acceptable decision by the court and the state to have them isolated, because you have your house packed with tons of people. So, and we already know that the COVID-19, you won't necessarily immediately show any symptoms. So there might be a carrier in there. Now, what's happened is those carriers would leave that house and then go on and then potentially spread it to other people. And the so-called curve that they are desperately trying to flatten will become impossible. And these will then spread to tons and tons of people across Lagos and potentially beyond.
Yeah.
So, but I'll be honest, because I'm not emotionally, attached to these persons. We just know them as actors and whatnot that you see on TV, right? I'm shocked because you would expect these people to know better. Funke Akindele particularly is a brand ambassador for reputable organizations in Nigeria. And it's even much more revolting in the sense that she's a brand ambassador for an organization that's been, repeatedly campaigning, asking people to wash their hands, keep safe, social distancing.
They've stepped back from that though.
What,
it's like they're trying to pull back to say she's not an ambassador.
Yeah, look, this is not about because you want to hurt, but I think sometimes it's very important that this type of lessons are driven home. I'm of the opinion, what do you think about, she should be dropped as a brand ambassador. I suspect that there'll be things going on in the background, but she should be dropped, because
so people are saying it's heavy-handed. Oh, it's
no, it's not.
It's happened so fast from the video surfacing, her apologizing, but she's apologized. So
no, it's called damage control. Just imagine if this was in COVID, right? Yeah. If it was something that they could contain and just disregard, they'll disregard again. And I say this, I'm not saying this out of spite for her in person. I don't know her in person. I don't give a toss. But it's revolting. So think about it. You're a brand ambassador for a major organization in the country. You're telling people, there's videos of her, like professionally shot videos, whereby you're using your voice and platform to tell people, keep clean, social distancing, COVID-19 is serious, blah, 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 blah. And then you go ahead and throw a house party whilst everyone else is isolated indoors.
Yeah, I think I saw an apology message where she said the people were already in the building, in the area, or was it the building where she lived, or
that
whatever
to me,
it is?
that's an attempt.
For like 2 weeks prior to the lockdown was implemented.
Yeah.
But that's
it.
Like you said earlier.
Yeah.
There could be a carrier,
of course,
of this virus amongst them.
And the question is, Funke, have you personally, or do you have any medical evidences to suggest that, the entirety of those people that were present had been previously tested by professionals? Everyone's clear. None of the people present at the time of that filming, at the time of that party. Now, let's say they could bring out like verifiable evidences, medical evidences, for example, which I know they don't have. If she puts those documents, evidences in the hands of lawyers and they barge through the courts and say,
it's still not going to be an excuse.
What I'm saying is, legally now, lawyers might be able to then argue and say such and such persons that were contained in that apartment at the time, they had, let's say, yesterday, and they hadn't gone anywhere else or made any contact with anybody else within the community. Everyone's got all clear. So they thought they were fine to have that party. Then, of course, then it's now down to the what?
If I was the judge, I would not consider that evidence.
No, what I'm saying is it's then down to the discretion of the judge to then say, okay, maybe I'll just fine them in this instance. But then the judge could still throw it out and say the directive of the state is...
Exactly, I'll throw it out because there's a directive from the state.
So you broke the rules and regulations. So some Nigerians are trying to apply sentiments and say, because what it means is if Funke Akindele and her husband are able to get away with it, what it means is the entirety of the nation can show a blatant disregard to rules and regulations.
And that will be referenced. Well, I'm having a house party.
So why
I'm
can't
a birthday party? Funke Akindele and her husband, they got away with it.
Absolutely.
Why are you prosecuting me? And I think this should also apply to all these pastors as well, flouting the rules and...
Nah, those pastors and all the religious leaders that are flouting the rules, and they're doing it because of their bloody offerings and their pockets and stuff. They should bang them up, they should jail them, fine them, confiscate their pianos, their generators, their microphone, their wives, their children, confiscate everybody and lock the bastards away, man.
You are so harsh.
Yeah, no, because it drives me nuts.
Right.
Just listen to the rules and regulations. Okay, you know what? You don't want to stay alive. I want to stay alive, though.
I want to stay alive.
Trophy Cheney. Hey, man, that's me done. All right. Okay, right. So, what do you think? Let's keep the conversation going on below to your boy, Phrankleen. Thank you for listening. It's a very quick one, and it's from me and Victoria. And I'll catch you in the next upload.
See ya.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Peace and love, man. Have a nice one. Bye-bye.